Come and take a class at the Alteration.
Hello everybody, and welcome to another great episode of Alter Academy, where we have another special guest, top 16 NA Continental player, and Mr. Blue Steal Your Girl himself. We've got RMB in the building today. How are we doing, buddy?
Dude, I'm doing pretty good, man. After coming out of what felt like a pretty daunting meta for Fable, didn't really feel like I had like a whole lot of room for expression.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty ecstatic with Whispers in the Well so far. I think I've played like 6 or 7 different decks, and I've kind of just like loved all of them,
Yeah.
which is like really really unique. I think the format's very very wide open. I think realistically you could play almost whatever you want to,
Mm-hmm.
like within reason, obviously, as long as it doesn't contain Ruby cards in it. Like you're probably fine. Like you can basically play like whatever you want, and you're like gonna have a good time. You can like like you can outskill, in a lot of situations. There are still some really really swingy things that can happen in the current format. If your opponent just has the mean, malicious, and scary, Prince Philip combo, like it's kind of hard to come back from in a lot of situations for
Yeah, for
any
sure.
deck, but for the most part, like the format feels really strong. I'm definitely a big fan of it.
Yeah, and it's definitely different because we have a lot of actual cards that can react and interact, where before it was just kind of play your cards and quest and challenge, and now you've got a lot in here like the Headless Horseman, the Spooky Sight, the Sudden Scare, the Hades, the Thunderbolt. You're actually doing a lot of reactive stuff, which is what Sapphire Steel has been known to do, and it's been its bread and butter since kind of the beginning, actually. And most importantly,
Yeah,
our old friend Big Tink is back.
dude, Tinkerbell's been one of my favorite cards in the game since the game came out. I mean, I
Yeah,
think Tinkerbell was the first. No, it was actually the second. So Tinkerbell was the second playset of Enchanteds
I
that
see.
I ever owned.
Yeah,
The first playset of Enchanteds I ever owned was Belle Strange but Special. Because I love the art, I love the card. Tinkerbell was the second playset of Enchanteds I owned, though. Because I
yeah.
played both of them.
And Tinkerbell, not really debated, but I think it's just like one of the best arts in the game, and kind of just showcase the power of like what Floodborne is gonna do, and just kind of make Disney Lorcana like stand out. And Floodborne Tinkerbell was just kind of like, hey, this is what we're doing, and it's awesome. And so that was just a really good card out of the gate. Um,
And she still is too. Like she's
yeah,
she's the quintessential mid game board control, board presence tool. She comes down. She's got an ATB effect. Obviously,
yeah,
1 damage isn't a ton, but like there's a chance that like some incidental, banishment could potentially happen from the ETB. Even if it doesn't, like she comes down and she just locks the board down for your opponent. Your opponent then
right,
has to like consider, okay, am I turning anything sideways? If I am, there's a great chance that like I'm losing two of my characters, due to these challenges. And she can either buy you the time that you need to get up to some of the bigger things like Hades, like Vincenzo, like Horseman, or she just allows your opponent just stops. You're like, all right, cool. Like the aggression's done. Like just gonna sit here until I can either build up enough characters to strength your tank or do something to try to remove the tank because it's created this condition that I have nothing favorable that I could do.
yeah,
And the only thing that Sapphire Steel has ever needed, and this is like kind of true for every set that we've ever had, the biggest thing that Sapphire Steel has ever needed was time.
mm-hmm,
It has an inevitability factor. We're ramping, we're drawing a lot, we're playing a lot of really big things, a lot of willpower. It's always got this inevitability factor that the longer the game goes, the more likely you are to win. In a lot of cases, not I wouldn't say against everything, because obviously Prince Philip combo does exist.
yes,
Longer the game goes, more likelihood is that they're going to find that Prince Philip combo. But for the most part, against most decks, like I'm gonna get to a point where I have 36 willpower and play. What are you really gonna do about it?
yeah. You just basically got to go sideways and hope to race. But you've got cards, these new cards like Sudden Scare and Spooky Sight, that can kind of stop that race in its tracks. And so, tell me about how you've been liking Spooky Sight and Sudden Scare, and why you've chosen to include two of each in the deck.
So I've been toying around with these numbers a lot. So if we look at the removal package, like let's take the characters aside and we look at the removal package, you're gonna notice there's one thing that's missing from this pile.
One of the best
Where
cards in the game. Is it Strength of a Raging Fire?
it is Strength of a Raging Fire. One of the things that like it's kind of been a big topic of debate for a lot of the Sapphire Steel community is whether or not this ramp version is a Strength of a Raging Fire deck. And we're kind of split. Some of us are testing without it. Some of us are testing with it. Some of us are testing different builds with it, like builds that are specific to it. Like you have to recognize Strength of a Raging Fire is the type of card that, I think Purple Steel gets to take the biggest amount of advantage of because they want to go, 1, 2, 3, 4 sync strength every single game.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's their whole plan is to just do that and do that really consistently. With us specifically, we're only playing 4 1 drops. So
Yeah.
like we're not always going to play a 1 drop. We're only playing 4 2 drops. Sometimes we're not going to play a 2 drop. We're only playing 6 4 drops. So there's like a chance that like we're just not doing this curve out plan, which makes Strength of a Raging Fire a little bit worse in the early to mid game.
Yeah.
And even then, when you start to get to the late game, we're a very tall deck. We have a lot
Mm-hmm.
of 6 drops, 7 drops. We've got some 8 drops. We're not going super wide. We're going more tall with just bigger bodies that are harder to interact with. But on average, you're going to have, 2 or 3 bodies in play. If you have 2 or 3 bodies in play, you're probably already winning anyways because your bodies are like a Goliath, a Tinkerbell, and a Vincenzo. Like that's 7 lore. You're you're like likely already winning the game anyways. And like the Strength of a Raging Fire dealing 3 damage with that board just isn't really it's not really doing much for you.
Mm-hmm.
So the removal package that I've chosen here, we've got the 3 Thunderbolts. I would play 4 if I had enough, unink slots in the
Yeah.
deck.
And that's always
Uh,
the
I've
challenge.
played, yeah, I've played everywhere between 14 to 17 uninks in the deck so far in Whispers in the Well. I've got up to 18. 18 was a big no-no. 17 I bricked a little bit more than I wanted to. 16's kind of been like the sweet spot because we've got both Tipo, we've got the Cinderella. We can ink some of the redundant uninkable copies. 16 feels like reasonable if you can get to 15. 15 is kind of like your bread and butter. Anything under 15 and either A, like you just got a really, really lean list, or B, I think you're not taking advantage of enough of the hyper powerful and potent uninked cards that we have available to us.
Yeah.
So I'm only on 3 Thunderbolt. Sudden Scare has been a card that has impressed me
Mm-hmm.
significantly.
Me as
It's
well.
like, yeah, it's been really, really solid, specifically in the Emerald Sapphire matchup.
Mm-hmm.
So like the Emerald Sapphire matchup, they have a lot of big bodies as well. And one of those big bodies is a 6/6 evasive quest for 3.
Yep.
And I don't know if you you see here, we don't have a ton of clean answers to it.
Right.
Like our cleanest answers to it are the 2 Sudden Scare, the 4 Hades, Headless Horseman. If you like to play a little bit of roulette,
Yeah.
Headless Horseman can definitely take down some Prince Phillips, but it is a gamble. It's not a guaranteed thing. And then Spooky Sight's kind of just like it's just an ode to the aggressive decks of the format.
Yeah.
I like made a conscientious decision that I was like, I'm not going to lose to Amber Seal. Like I'm playing some number of copies of this card because I just refuse to lose to like Daisies and Nalas and Ladies and Tianas. Like I'm just not going to do it anymore. I did it enough last set that like I refuse to do it again this set.
Yeah.
And I've been kind of bouncing back and forth on the number of spookies between 2 and 3. I don't know which number is correct, but like it's something that I think it's iterative. I think there's going to be some weekends that 3 is probably better. There's going to be weekends that 0 is probably better. So
Mm-hmm.
I think you should probably game for whatever event it is that you're trying to metagame for, or whatever your local environment looks like as well.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. And with the dogs getting a little popular too, Spooky's not bad into that matchup either.
Oh, dude, it like just wins. If you ever cast Spooky twice, like the game's just over.
Mm-hmm.
The game's just like actually over. It's crazy. You have to be careful. You have to be very, very mindful of the Mowgli though.
Oh yeah.
Like if you're doing like the obvious 2 4 6 spooky plan, they could set it up to where like if you don't have insulation for the spooky, Like the Mowgli's going to come down and it's going to get it. It's like you just have to be careful, you have to be mindful, you have to be very deliberate.
Oh yeah. And so I will say, you've got 4 Goliaths in here and 4 Tinkerbells. How have you been liking the Goliath like interactions with the opponent as well as yourself and drawing to 2 cards? Because I see you have 0 docks, which I've seen a lot of lists kind of converge on 0 to 2 docks as well. But it looks like you've put all of the eggs into the Goliath basket.
Yeah, I think Goliath's just insane. I think specifically for Sapphire Steel, like Sapphire Steel never really wanted to be playing Doc in the first place. Like we've
Right.
always kind of been like this ramp deck with good steel removal, and just getting to play these massive, massive bodies. So like Goliath is just a big Doc for us. It's a big
Yeah.
inkable Doc, and
And that's huge.
it's also just it's also just a 6/5 that quests for 2. So like additional lore pips because like we have to win the game somehow, right? We have
Mhm.
to like turn sideways to actually win the game. It also just it fights really really well. 6/5 is huge. The fact that we've
Yeah.
got Timu Zeus Bolt right now. You can't point like cards like Namari and Goliath. There's just not really a whole lot of clean answers that people are actually playing. I mean,
Right.
there are clean answers, but people aren't playing them, and I'm okay that they're not playing them. I don't want to see any world's greatest criminal minds out there.
Yeah, that's
keep
something.
those, keep those in your binders. Like I don't want to see those. But no, I think that the card does what I wish Doc did was provide continuous card advantage. Even if you're only drawing 1 to 2, one say you're drawing 1 additional card per turn. Like the fact that you just have continuous card generation because with Sapphire Steel, you really want to put cards into your inkwell, play bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb. And like your bombs are supposed to be 2-for-1s. Like
Yeah.
I should be able to Hades. I've now got a questing threat, a presence on the board to remove something that you had. I play a Vincenzo. I remove something that you have. I've got this massive questing threat. Headless Horseman. I play this, giant body. And potentially I remove something, but like I also remove the threat and possibility of, certain cards that you could have from being able to even be played in this game.
Hmm.
I've played some Headless Horsemans where, I'm against you know, Emerald Sapphire, and it didn't hit any of my opponent's actions, but it did hit 2 Hades and a 7-drop Basil. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I take that. I take that deal. It's
Yeah.
very reminiscent of like
It's
you remember back when like the dichotomy of Amber Steel versus Ruby matchups where Steel Song would Whole New World and you'd hit like 2 B preps out of your opponent's hand.
Oh, don't,
That-
no, no, no.
you
My
don't remember what that
nightmares.
feels like, right?
Oh no, that's how
Yeah,
I lost to Wochuk in Atlanta. He whole new worlded 3 B preps from me.
that's how Headless Horseman feels.
Yeah.
Specific, like the main reason that this card is in the deck is for the Emerald Prince Philip combo decks. Like you're playing it to break up the combo.
Yeah.
But specifically in Emerald Sapphire, they have a lot of big bodies like us
Hmm.
too. So the fact that you could just like play this card and sometimes you're just gonna hit 3 bombs out of their hand is just as good as if you hit 3 actions and got to blow up a Clarabelle.
Yeah.
Like if
Agreed.
I remove those threats, dude, I love the card. It's honestly, I think it's probably just my favorite card from from Whispers in the Well. Like I absolutely love the Headless Horseman.
Yeah, someone had some like Yu-Gi-Oh thought process there where they're just like, I'm just gonna put a bunch of words on this and like it's gonna be real fun for everyone.
Dude, it's fun. It's fun for me, man. I
Yeah.
played a lot of Hearthstone before coming to
Yeah.
I played a lot of Hearthstone for the first like 5 years that Hearthstone existed.
Fatigue
I'd like
Warrior,
taken a little
baby.
bit of a break. Yeah, I had taken like a little break from Magic, which was the other game that I played for a very, very long time. And then I went back to Magic, and then I came to Lorcana when Lorcana came out. But when I played Hearthstone, there was a card called Yogg Saron.
Oh, the
Yogg
best.
Saron was one of my favorite cards. Like when they printed that card, it was
Everyone
honestly,
thought it was trash, and then you start playing it, and it's like,
Oh.
oh, this clears the board like almost every time.
I mean, like I definitely like Yogg Saron. Sometimes it like cost me to like lose the game
Oh, yeah.
too. Don't get me wrong, but I like a little bit of chaos.
Yeah,
You know,
and that's
Yogg
what that
Saron,
was.
you play it and it played a random spell from any class for each spell you've cast throughout the entire course of this game. And like obviously Headless Horseman's a different effect, but it gives me Yogg Saron vibes
Yeah.
and it's very nostalgic for me. And for that reason, like it's just one of my favorite cards.
Gotcha. And I've got one last question before we get into some alters. And I see you put the D23 Captain Hook on this list. Are you actually playing 4 D23 Captain Hooks?
No, I'm
Okay,
not.
okay.
I don't own four. I own one.
Yeah,
I don't own four, but so you know me,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
a lot of people in the community also know me. I am the incarnate of Tamatella. So
Yes,
like
the shiny man.
I do play full max rarity. Like I believe that cardboard is supposed to be played with, and like I'm gonna play with my cards. And I just really like shiny stuff. So
Yeah.
like I currently have all of my Goliaths already.
Mm-hmm.
I am one Cinderella away, and I need one more spooky site.
Got it. Yeah, so you're getting close.
I'm getting close. I'm getting close. I'll have everything before. Like I've got some events coming up. I'll be at the CCS 25K, and then I'll be at PBG Orlando, and then Richmond. I'll have all of these cards in the
By
prettiest
then.
versions, minus the Captain Hooks. Okay,
Yeah.
like I'm just gonna be playing some like set one cold foil
Yeah, and that's
Captain Hooks. I'm
fine.
not gonna have all the D23s. No, my one D23 is like slabbed and it's like sitting back somewhere right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, what do you say we get into some altar simulations? And we will start, as
Sure.
we always do here on Altar Academy, with blind on the play.
Okay. The one thing we're always going to be looking for on the play is ramp on two.
Oh, yeah.
If
We're
we do
Sapphire.
not, yeah, yeah, if we don't have ramp on two, like what are we doing? So, I know that some people will say like, oh, you can keep it develop, you can not keep it develop. If I'm on the play and I don't have ramp, I'm full pitch and seven. Doesn't matter if I have develop or not. On the draw, it's a little bit different, and it also changes depending on whether or not it's a known matchup or not. Like if I know I'm against, dogs or something like that, and I'm on the play, even if I don't have ramp on two, I'm still going to keep a Captain Hook in my hand because I'm prioritizing specific cards and specific matchups. But
Hmm.
in the blind, number one thing that I'm doing, I'm looking for ramp on two.
Yeah.
I don't see ramp on two in this hand. I'm full sending, trying to find ramp on two.
And let's see if we do. And we do not. But,
We did not, but we've got some dig though. Like
yeah.
we do have dig, which is it's fine. We're probably inking the headless horseman and casting the develop, really hoping we see like a Tipo or even a sail would be fine. If not, then we're gonna have to go into vision. And like just not really feel good about ourselves.
Hmm.
And like off the vision, we're probably finding the Tipo because now the Tipo has to ink the Cindy. We're not playing the Cindy, and then we're playing the Namari instead.
Yeah. Yeah. And very
And then like
reasonable.
then you have Tipo Namari can sing the Beyond the Horizon to refill, and
Hmm.
like you're just gonna play it from there.
Yeah.
You're gonna sacrifice the early board game though, that's for sure.
Yeah. Not the worst, but definitely salvageable. And then if you hit that ramp up the developer, your next turn draw, you're
Oh,
feeling good.
you're in there. You're in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this hand's insane if you hit the ramp.
Oh yeah.
Like this hand just becomes absurd. Like you're still inking the Horseman, you're probably inking the Vision. You're going Cindy into Namari into Beyond the Horizon refill and just start slamming bombs.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and go into our blind on the draw simulation. Ooh, and I think we're
Blind
gonna
on
do
the
pretty
draw.
quick here.
Yeah, blind on the draw doesn't really change a whole lot. One of the bigger things, again, if I'm on the draw and I'm blind, I'm probably still keeping a Captain Hook
Hmm.
at the very least, just because I don't want to be a dog to dogs. We see that we don't have any of that. So again, we're just going to full pitch seven, looking for that ramp on two.
And this is a growing trend here. When I do the Sapphire decks, we never seem to hit ramp on the pre-altar, and so then we're just sending everything back, and so it's not the best teaching tool. So hopefully we can start getting some ramp here, but we get a pretty okay hand. We can do some stuff. We'd like to draw into some 4-drop or a Cindy or something here and to salvage it, but not bad.
It's pretty mediocre. Unfortunately, we drew 3 uninkable cards here, so
Yeah.
like our play patterns are going to shift and change a little bit. So I like having access to the Captain Hook, but we don't necessarily need to commit to
Hmm.
the Captain Hook on turn one. Um, if our opponent doesn't do anything, like if our
Yeah.
opponent's not playing a body here, you're by no means do you have to play the Captain Hook. Obviously, we're going to draw another card before we have to make our inking decision. But if we had to make our inking decision off our current hand state, we would ink the Vision of the Future and pass. still opening us up to the line of casting Sail on turn 2 and still having access to play the Captain Hook. I think like one of the things that people do is, especially in the blind, they'll just play the Captain Hook on turn 1 because they feel like they're supposed to, or they feel like they need to. The Captain Hook is just in the deck so that we don't get got by aggro. So we're not just like a complete dog to them. The best place for Captain Hook in this deck is in your Inkwell. If you're able to put that card into your Inkwell and still not, sacrifice your early game, then it's better suited in the Inkwell. But we also just can't let our opponent, we can't let our opponent go turn 1 Curse Merfolk, and we're just like, let me put this let me just go ahead and eat this Captain Hook real quick and let you get 8 lore off of it.
Yeah.
And you just can't afford to do that.
No. All right, and well, let's move into Amethyst Steel on the play now. And once again,
Amethyst Steel on the play.
No
Amethyst
ramp.
Steel, Amethyst Steel on the play, because they are a 1, 2, 3, 4 board. We're number one. We're not looking for Goliath into them. Rarely ever. You rather want to cast Namari or Tinkerbell on turn 4. Like that's your ultimate goal, is to, preferably play Captain Hook into ramp into, Cindy or Kita, just depending. I like Kita specifically on the draw into Purple Steel a little bit more because you have a warded singer for the Thunderbolt. But if we know that we're into Purple Steel, I would probably keep the Captain Hook here, and I'd pitch 6. Still looking for the ramp. If we hit it, awesome. If we don't hit it, we're just going to try to play, maybe multiple Captain Hooks instead.
Okay.
And we did hit it.
Yeah.
So like,
good.
Yeah, this is fine. So like, we can still, if we're on the play, again, I'm probably not playing the hook on 1, just depending on what my opponent's doing. I'm going to ink
Especially
the Vincenzo because obviously, it's the most expensive thing in our hand. We're going to ink the Vincenzo. We're going to cast the Develop, try to find either the Cinderella or the Kita, and then next turn we can play the Sail. We can still play the hook if we need to. Like say they miss a 1-drop. Maybe the hook goes into the Inkwell, or maybe we hold it in our hand if we didn't find a 4-drop. Yeah. We do like Vision plus Captain Hook, and then you can go, Jasmine into Tinkerbell.
Yeah, that sounds all good.
It's a reasonable hand though.
Yeah,
this is like a fine hand.
Yeah, very average, but it can get there. Just 1 4-drop away from being real good. But let's go into Amethyst Steel on the draw, and maybe we'll actually start with ramp. We do, so we can actually have some deeper choices here.
Yeah, this is actually like a pretty sick hand. So we don't need Beyond the Horizon early. Beyond the Horizon is definitely out. Hades is definitely out. The Horseman is definitely out. We're not keeping any of those. So I like keeping Tipo and Sail in my hands, specifically to have the option to play one or the other. I also just like keeping Tipo in my openers because I hate drawing it later.
Oh yeah.
And like worst case scenario, like it's going down into the Inkwell.
This actually,
we do also have.
I'm glad you said this. This has been like my hotly contested debate where with a bunch of people I've brought on for Sapphire, and I'm always like, "What's your Tipo strategy? Are you keeping multiple Tipos? Are you sending them back?" Because I love keeping multiple
them, bro.
Yeah, I was keeping. If like my hand hit a curve, I'm keeping up to 3 Tipos, and I'm just inking those things and not
100%.
drawing them later.
Yeah.
I'm on Tipo team.
I kept a hand of. Yeah, dude, I kept a hand of 3 Tipos today, and I inked 2 of them and played 1 of them, and I was like, yes, I don't have to worry about drawing Tipo for the rest of the game.
Because the rest of the deck's good now.
Exactly, like all your bad cards are just in your Inkwell now.
Yeah.
So that's like Tipos and hooks, great in the Inkwell. That's the best place for them.
Oh yeah.
But so we do have the Kita, which I do like having the Kita. So Jasmine is a card that is specifically for this matchup. I hate this card. I do not like the card at all. I think it's a necessity to respect Purple Steel.
Yeah.
I think like they have the number of evasives that like you need to have a body like this. Number 1, 7 willpower is a lot of willpower. Number 2, she's got 2 relevant lines of text. She can banish, Lexingtons. She can banish Dumbos, Genies, like everything. She can answer a Demona. Like I'm playing this specifically as a nod to the fact that Purple Steel is one of the best decks in the format right now. Like it's the only reason I'm playing it. So yeah, these are the three that I would pitch. I would keep the rest. I'm like hoping that I hit a hook and like a lightning bolt. If I had a thunderbolt and a hook, like I'm super happy here.
Hey,
Well,
one of the two.
I mean we hit the hook. We hit the hook. We hit the hook. That's pretty sick. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, like that's pretty sick. I probably so here's the crazy part. I'm probably just keeping the Vincenzo.
Hmm.
Like I'm likely inking Kita. We're on the draw.
Yeah, we're on the
I'm
draw.
likely inking Kita playing the hook because they played, say they played hook or they played Diablo, like okay, or even the Palace Guard. I'm playing the hook.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna play the hook on one. If they play Calhoun, then like I cry, but like what are you gonna do?
agreed. All
You
right.
can though.
Yeah, let's go into a Sapphire Steel mirror on the play.
Ooh. Sapphire Steel mirror on the play. So this is gonna feel a little sus, but I'm keeping Goliath and Tipo, and I'm shipping the rest. And all I'm doing is looking for a second piece of ramp, because all I want to do in this matchup, since I'm on the play, is go ramp on 2, ramp on 3 Goliath, and just like start that train because they're not gonna have an easy way to answer the Goliath.
Hmm.
They're gonna be forced to discard between 2 to 3 cards, and like we're already just so far ahead at that point.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. This hand's insane. This hand's actually just insane. This is
yeah,
such a good hand. Yeah, like, yep. We're going Tipo on 2 into Cinderella on 3 into Goliath on 4. If we find a bolt, then like we're gonna get to draw 2 cards. If we don't find a bolt, we're drawing 1 card off the first Goliath trigger, and then just chaining from there on out.
yeah, yeah. This will be fun. That's a
Not for our
win.
opponent, it won't be.
Yeah,
It's gonna be fun for us.
yeah, and that's what's important. Uh, all
Yeah.
right, Sapphire Steel on the draw now.
Oh, okay. On the draw, so I have some things here that I like. I have some things here that I don't like. I am likely this is gonna be this is gonna be a highly contested decision here. I'm keeping one develop and I'm keeping Cinderella and I'm pitching
Hmm.
the rest. So like I think that keeping a develop on the draw is more acceptable even without turn 2 ramp than it is on the play because of the access to seeing the additional card. I think because you're going up to 8 cards on your first turn and then having the access to see cards 9 and 10, the likelihood of you finding the 1 out of 8, ramp targets is like something like 78% or something like that, which is high enough for me to say that it's worthwhile to get to see 10 cards deep versus on the play you only get to see 9 cards deep.
Okay. All right, and
And I'm
let's.
I'm keeping the Cinderella because
It's
like
Cinderella,
like I
man.
said, yeah, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so like we draw our 7, that's 7, like we're going to see 5 more peaks here. Then we're going to draw for turn, that's peak number 6. Then we're going to look at 2 more, that's 8. And then we'll draw a card on our turn 2, that's 9. The amount of cards that we've seen, surely we're going to see ramp. Like it's bound to happen. We're bound to see ramp. And if
Well,
we don't, I'm going to cry.
we'll
We
definitely.
didn't see it. Oh no.
We definitely will off the vision if we have to. Oh.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah, you're inking the horseman, you're casting the develop, you're gonna dig, and like some number of games, your draw for turn on turn 2 is gonna be the sale, and you're gonna be like,
Yeah,
I have the biggest brain ever. I created a condition to like come back on the draw.
yeah, and that reminds me of my favorite play in the game is when someone would Ursula my one jump and set 3 on turn 1, but I wouldn't have the one jump, and then I'd top deck it on turn 2 directly after without having a song in my hand. Oh, nothing made me happier than that play.
Yes.
uh, all right, for the sake of time, we are going to switch to on the draw only now. So let's move into Emerald Sapphire on the draw.
Yep, Emerald Sapphire on the draw. Uh, we are likely not trying to go for the Goliath plan. I think the biggest things that we're looking for, we're probably keeping Develop, we're keeping Tipo, we're keeping Cindy, we're pitching the rest. We're looking for Bolt. That's going to be the most important thing. We want to ramp on 2 into Cinderella, into Bolt to target the shift line.
Okay. Let's see. No bolt, but
No Bolt, but we have triple ramp,
mhm.
double ramp. Triple ramp? We have triple ramp.
We got a lot.
We
of
have ramp into Tinkerbell. Yeah, we have tons and tons of ramp. We're gonna ink the Captain Hook, play the develop, and then kind of go from there. We're likely inking the Goliath, depending on what our opponent does. If our opponent just like has a super healthy hand, then like sure we can go in on it, but likelihood is on the draw, it's just not good enough. I prefer the triple ramp lines and then start dropping things like Hades for their Clarabelles and like try to like mitigate as much as possible while developing your inkwell.
Yeah, agreed. And now for the final one of today, RMB, let's go into Emerald Amber Dogs on the draw.
Oh, Emerald Amber Dogs. Okay. Emerald Amber Dogs, like realistically, you want double ramp spooky.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a sail here. We're probably keeping the sail, pitching 6. We're looking for Captain Hook. We're looking for a second piece of ramp. We're looking for the spooky site. We're looking for Cinderella.
All right.
We're looking for Tinkerbell.
Let's go find it.
Okay, I mean, like, this isn't horrible. If they have the Ursula on too and get to hit the Beyond, that kind of stinks.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't stink for the fact that, like, they're hitting the Beyond and I want to keep the Beyond. It stinks
It's
because
just a
they're... yeah, they're just minus one-ing our hands. Like, I would rather get to turn 2, play the Tipo, and ink the Beyond the Horizon off the Tipo than for them to just, like, minus one our hand.
Right. I'd agree. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, we've got Tipo and Nikita into Damari. Like,
yeah.
We're probably like okay, maybe okay adjacent.
Yeah, and we got a lot of draws to hit some better stuff, so definitely serviceable. Well, RMB, I really appreciate you taking the time to come out to Alter Academy and showcasing one of your favorite decks. You've been a die-hard Sapphire Steel army person since set 2, I think.
One.
Yeah,
no, day 1. Literally day 1.
Okay.
So like when this game came out, I was playing Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
And so like I was reviewing the cards in like the spoiler season of set 1, and like the cards that stuck out to me the most, I saw obviously Wheel of Fortune was something you could play for free, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I saw Fishbone Quill, and I was like, this card is busted. What do you mean?
I love
Fishbone Quill, by the way, favorite card in the game, hands down, not even close. Like, bring it back into standard. I want to play Fishbone Quill, favorite card ever.
Yeah.
And then I saw Bell Strange but Special. I was like, okay, so like we're just gonna like turbo ink our first hand, sing a whole new world, draw 7 new cards, and our win condition is this 4-cost 2/4 that quests for 5, and we're just gonna like play 2 of them at a time. Sign me up. The rest has been history. I've been playing Sapphire Steel ever since.
I hated playing against Sapphire Steel in set 1. My neighbor, Zero Skater, played this Beast Smear Strange but Special like deck, and I played Ruby Amethyst, and it's just that deck had infinite resources, and I couldn't get over it, and he beat me every time. He was my arch nemesis at locals.
Oh yeah, yep. That was I played 3 Beast Mirrors, 4 Fishbone Quill.
Yeah,
I mean, I could probably spout off that entire deck.
Yeah. I loved set 1. Set 1, oh man, the Ruby Amethyst mirrors were insane. The Sapphire Steel deck was great.
Horrible.
Oh, it was such
horrible.
It was but
dude,
it was so high skill level, like to try and like plan to deck your opponent out on turn 1.
Dude, like, oh my gosh, it was so terrible. Like, getting to these like long, convoluted broom befuddle loop states.
Yes.
No. Like,
I live for that.
That is a horrible way to play.
Well, I said I liked Fatigue Warrior before as well, so.
yeah.
That's just my style. I like playing like the deck builder game where I'm just like seeing how long and how many actions I can take to get this game to drag out while I just like control you and not let you play. That's what makes me happy.
See, what makes me happy, I played Eggs in Magic, so like I love taking like a 15-minute turn where I took 100 game actions and then still lost. Like, that was actually my favorite.
It's like racers.
Like, dude, I love doing that, man. Like, I'm gonna take 10 game actions. You're gonna sit there and watch me play and watch me have fun. And at the end of it, I'm gonna fizzle my combo and like have to pass to you, and you're gonna be like, all right, cool.
The hardest I've ever laughed while playing Lorcana, I was watching JBaum stream the World Class Cards 10K, and someone on stream was playing Racers, and he goes, "They are taking a lot of game actions, not really doing anything." And I don't know, it's one of those that, like, the way he said it, it just hit me. So shout out to Jeebus there, but yeah, that was hilarious. And before you get out of here, or we get out of here, is there any shout outs you want to make?
Yeah, so we are recording this on November 19th. So shout out RMB. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, babe. Absolutely love you. Shout out to my team, Maelstrom. Got a bunch of awesome peeps. We also announced some of the best peeps. Me and one of those peeps actually announced something super awesome today that is coming back. I don't know if I'm allowed to.
Is Labyrinth
say that, but
or Lab Rats coming back?
Lab Rats is coming back.
I think I saw a tweet about it.
Yeah. So like, shout out the homies getting that back on track. Shout out Heavy Play, some of the best TCG accessories you can get on the market. I'm like a really big fan of the MagTech stuff. It just tickles my tism. I absolutely love it. Shout out my mom. She a real one. She a OG. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. Shout out Spaghetti. I love Spaghetti. Shout out JBaum. Shout out World Class Cards. Like all the peeps over at World Class Cards. I've been talking to DKP a lot recently about Sapphire
he's mentioned
Steel.
that.
So, like, yeah, I'm honestly like, I love all you guys. You guys are like a little second family. So super happy to have you guys in my life.
Appreciate that. Well, it's been an honor to get you out here, because I've wanted to get you out for Sapphire Steel, but the problem was the deck just hasn't been great. So I wanted to wait until the deck was in the upper echelon of tiers, and get you on here to showcase the deck when it's at its best, and get like the real. Yeah.
We gotta be careful, man. Last time we were a good deck, they clipped our wings, man. We flew a little close to the sun.
Yeah, that's true. And that's when I was like loving it. I was playing the looters version, and you told me I was wrong, but we had some fun. But just playing Tamatoa on turn 4 every game, then playing a free dime was just nice. It just felt good.
Not playing turn one popsicle, pop the popsicle, play bell, sing Let the Storm Rage on your Cindy was a vibe.
Oh yeah,
man.
Well, everybody, this has been one of the longest episodes of Alter Academy. We kind of went off the rails a little bit in terms, but we had some great discussions. So RMB, thank you for coming out here. Until next week, this has been Alter Academy. See you later, everyone.